por favor, un aplauso fuerte para Gonzalo. Gonzalo. Can I get a round of applause from the studio, everybody?
Muchas gracias.
Me apagaron la máquina. Gonzalo, bienvenido, welcome. We're going to try and speak in English because we have so many people around the world. We've got Italians, we've got people from Spain, UK. Gonzalo, we've introduced you. You started at a very young age. You've got 8 gold records under your belt or more. It's hard to keep up with you. And now we've had the chance, finally, I was telling Mauricio, for us, it's been a little blessing to pause everything and be able to sit down with you because, you know, I remember we've worked together maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's it. We haven't had time to sit down and chat and relax.
Sure, the thing is, first of all, thank you for having me.
Bienvenido.
It's a pleasure, my pleasure to be
Saluda a
here.
tu público,
Muchas
saluda a tu
gracias.
público.
Hello everybody at home. It's a pleasure to be here. Un placer, como siempre, estar con ustedes.
Super.
And yeah, it's hard because everyone is like working on the weekends and the rush, you know, running all day. And so it's hard to, you know, just stop for a minute and, hey, what are you guys doing? Okay, let's get together. We don't have time for that.
You know, I rang you during the week. I said, we've been trying to catch up.
Yep.
We've been trying to do an extra interview because we got little time here today because there's so much happening.
Yep.
But we are going to do, for the people at home, we are going to do an in-depth interview with Gonzalo if we don't get through to everything. But one of the things I was doing for you is studying the music. I said, okay, I'm going to jump on YouTube channel. I've seen some of his songs, but correct me if I'm wrong. I rang in and said, Loco, estás loco, man. How am I going to pick 3 videos out of these hundreds of videos you got on YouTube? Felicitaciones.
Muchas gracias.
You've got thousands of fans already on YouTube. You have music on Spotify.
Yeah.
Let's look at a quick photo. Photo number 1 here is a photo of all the, we're not going to get photos. Oh, here we are, photos. Perfect. Look at that. This is a collection of all your photos that you've, well, a bunch of photos that we can put together very quickly.
Yep.
For the people who haven't met you, you've got your own group here in Sydney. Tell us a little bit about the Sydney All-Stars and how did you come about that?
Well, once I got it back, I came back to Australia. I didn't know no one in the music industry here. So basically, I started slowly playing with one band. I started with Fernando. That was a band that was back in the days. He played in Sydney. With Francisco Toledo.
How old were you? So I get that. So you were born here, but went back.
When I was 7 years old.
You went back to Uruguay. And you had all this fame because you were part of this group.
Because I started doing like, my father was a singer. So when we went back home, I started with the group, like playing, singing in the Carnival over there. And this producer saw me in one of the shows that we were doing, and he approached me and said, do you like to do a casting to become a professional? And I said, what? Yeah, sure. And I was 13, so I went, I did like a...
Pibe.
Yeah.
Gonzalito. They used to call you Gonzalito, yeah?
That's why todavía me llaman Gonzalito.
Yeah. Está viejo.
Yeah, so they saw me growing up. And the first song that I was lucky enough, so the first song that I recorded was a hit. So from that day one, I was on TV and shows and all that. So that's what people, Gonzalito, that's it.
Stick around, people, because we got Gonzalito on a clip from one of his early young days. But before we go there, let's talk about this Billboard. I've got another picture here for you. Billboard, you've been writing music. One of the things that's from the albums.
That's Sin Fronteras.
Sin Fronteras, that's it.
That song Solo Mia was the one who gave me a chance to start playing in the States. That song started getting airplayed over there, and I get the call, look, your song is placing on Billboard charts, Latin charts.
Wow.
Wow. So they start calling for interviews and all that. And it got up to 24th, place 24th, was great. I went, that year it took me to the Grammys, Telemundo, Univision, everywhere. So it was a great experience. Met a lot of great musicians, people, it was great.
Gonzalo, can I just butt in for a little bit? You know, when you first came back, I can't remember exactly what year it was, but when this gentleman came back, I remember everyone was talking about Gonzalo Porta, and then I actually went to see him, and you know, sometimes you go and check out other bands. Yeah. If you're free, you go and check out other bands, and then I realised what the people were talking about, because I mean, obviously the talent is pretty obvious to get on the billboards. So I think for us it's a great honour to have you here,
Oh,
and
thank you.
you know this show is actually starting to cast in other countries as well, which is some really good news for our audiences, and full credit to the crew here again that make this possible. You know, we take the opportunity to say hello to our friend Dustin,
los fans que están escribiendo.
from Sweden. You know, there's a lot of people here. Jaden Rodriguez,
Saludos, Jaden.
Washito Tranquilo is watching. John Perez, Dante, and all these people are throwing all these big compliments to the music that they've just witnessed.
Oh, thank you very much.
So to us, it's a great. But there is a question that I did want to ask you. When, according to your trajectory, you've had 8 gold albums or gold songs. So, to what level of sales, to what level of promotion accredits you to a gold status?
Well, it depends. Every country is different. It depends on the population of each country.
Yeah.
Uruguay, I believe, is like gold record. You have to, I don't know, is that 10 or 15,000 copies?
But either way, Gonzalo,
That's huge.
It's huge. Y eres famosísimo.
Yeah, it's like it's especially like back in the days. Now is maybe you have more exposure with all the social media, but when we started was none.
That's
so
right.
people actually had to go to the music store and buy your album.
Yeah.
So it was good. Like and we were recording. I remember back then because it was we were doing 2 albums a year. So
Working hard.
And sometimes some of them they were actually gold records before they went out for sale because the orders were in already.
Coming in.
They knew that the date was released in like in a week's time, so it was a gold record already. So it was a good time. It was a wonderful experience.
I think it's a great achievement, man.
You see
Great
it, and you
achievement.
keep it going. And on that note, Gonzalo, we also applaud you because we've been working for many years together, and we were talking about how we admire, respect any band leader, and you're the band leader, of course, the amount of work, dedication that it takes to put the band together. In this environment, Australia, yes, we are a first world country, but it's still, Latin music is still at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah.
We struggle, we work hard, and I applaud you for keeping the music alive, and we have that in common. We listen to your music, and we have crossed paths in los festivales. You know, hey, Gonzalo, ¿qué pasa? That's it. And we did the Jimmy Bosch thing together.
Yes, that's true.
And I thank you because you stepped up and said, Gonzalo, I remember my wife, we were having kid number 2. Y te dije, man, I got to go to the hospital. En cualquier rato, can you come in and do the job? And things like that, I think, is what we need to do more of, more collaboration.
Often,
Not have this division. But we've never had that with you. And look, some of the bands that the musicians you got, Peter Guarino, we've all met Peter Guarino.
I mean, you've got some very high...
He's an ex-bass player.
Very, very high caliber musician.
I'm very lucky.
You got Fernando here backing you, and he goes back a lot of years.
Let's go quickly. Say hello to your musicians. You've got Coco. You've got
Coco, Giorgio
from Peru.
From Peru, Shaggy from Peru as well.
Shaggy.
Peter. Well, then like you got like
the horns.
Play the horns that some week in week out you have different horn players.
No te hace falta un gurista porque yo soy listo.
No, sure.
I'm a maraquero. If that helps.
And speaking of musicians, before we run out of time, ladies and gentlemen, we have one of your long-standing piano players, pianista in English, pianist, sidekick, and let's introduce him now con un aplauso. We're going to get a studio round of applause, everybody around here. Fernando Aguirre, buenas noches. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
You look good behind the piano. You always do.
It's funny because I've done a couple of gigs where I haven't been behind the piano, and I'm very scared. It feels very confronting. The piano is like, it's my comfort blanket.
Your shield.
I'm okay here, it's great, but stand me out in the front and I'm like...
Fernando, from the people at home, you're from Argentina.
Yes.
Che, mucho sabor.
Born and raised here, but I did spend 2 years in Argentina when I was young and learned to speak the language.
And that's a common thing that we've all had. We've either been born here, grown up here, Gonzalo's born here, and we have 2 cultures. We're Aussies, but we're Latinos. And a little bit on Fernando. Fernando, you've also started your own career as a new stage name, F-Key.
Yes.
And that's doing really well for you.
It is wanting to be a full-time musician. The Latin scene, as much as I love it, there isn't enough work to pay the bills.
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet, not
We're
yet.
working on it.
We're working on it. We're working on
Look,
it.
I'm talking to this guy. Este es el padrino que va a mover todo.
We're working on it.
Okay.
Fernando, look, thank you for your time for coming in. While we got you here, I think it'd be really good for the people at home. If people at home can put hearts, put what song you want to hear Gonzalo sing, we might get him to improvise something. ¿Te parece?
Yeah.
Si hacemos algo?
Lo que quieras.
Because we're running out of time, and I'd love...
There's a big message here from a lady by the name of Antonia Escobar.
Antonio Escobar, sí.
Janet Gallardo, Dustin Hogg, our friend, our contact, hello,
Sweden.
our contact from Sweden. Raúl Ponce is watching you. Melody Rivera, Angie Neto,
But before we
Vanessa
go-
Figlia, mate.
But before we go to your song, I've got 2 more photos to show very quickly.
Okay, sí.
Gonzalo Porta, this is Solo Mia, Baby I Love Your Ways, which we heard at the beginning of the program.
Awesome
And
song.
Severa. I think, tell us a little bit about this. Is this a new album?
Now that was back in 2015. That was the part of the promotion when that happened with the Billboards. There was a packed promotion that went to the States with those 3 songs. So yeah, it was
Honestly,
great.
everyone's different, and that's the hard thing about
That's a
music.
good thing.
Because Mira Severa, para mí, that should have gone number 1. Sorry,
Yeah,
I love
but-
that song. It's so juicy. Pero music is hard. It's not like the Olympics. In the Olympics, you run, the
Yeah.
fastest wins gold. In music, it's all about taste. It's all about
It's about colors.
different
It's all,
point of view.
It's all about colors.
One more photo before we take. This is a quick video of Gonzalito cuando estaba chiquitito. This is Gonzalito back in the day, and we'll come back after this.
Sabías que te quería, que sin ti todo lo perdería. No por espera por reír. Que fácil es decir que sí, que fácil te resulta decir que no. Reír me parece que estás despierto y tú no me dejas en paz. Porque vuelves a meterte en mi pensamiento, a apagar los lados de fe que me queda para vivir. Es que no sabes para qué sirven los sentimientos de otra persona. Tú no sabes eso, para qué sirve eso. Tú no sabes qué.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Gonzalo Porta in his youngest years. ¿Cuántos años tenía? Tenía 13. Amazing, amazing. Y that was the band called Caribitos con K. But it's now time to hear Gonzalo play live, see how much he's grown. Para todos los fans que están viendo desde Sudamérica, este es Gonzalo Porta, el superestrella, el homo más grande que tenemos acá. Por favor, reciban un fuerte aplauso. Studio audience, in live with Fernando on the keyboards. Take it away, boys.
Volvemos a hacer Solo Mía, pedacito. Cómo me mentiste con tu cuerpo, seduciste mis sentidos, ciego de tu amor. Sin pensar en nada, sin decir una palabra, en las redes de tu piel sentí el calor. Mía, recuerdo que decías que eras mía. Tan solo fui uno más y me mentías. Un beso era perfecto y una noche para dos. Mía, mentiras de papel, tu fantasía. ¿Quién sabe en quién pensabas en mis brazos? No supe retenerte y te perdí. Tarde me di cuenta de tu collar, fui otra perla reemplazable, tirada al azar. Blanco de tu dardo, otro Mala mujer.
Solo fui uno más.
Mía, mami. Eso.
Bravo,
Fernando.
bravo, tremendo. Gonzalo Porta en vivo y en directo para toda la gente en Sudamérica y en Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't get any bigger. Please help me thank Gonzalo Porta and Fernando Aguirre.